What do you think makes horseback riding different from every other sport?
I think horseback riding is really unique because, first of all, not a lot of people do it. So as I was younger, a lot of people were surprised to know that I rode horses. And also, instead of just being a part of a team or doing a sport that just involves like hitting a ball or doing something with inanimate objects, you have to work with an animal, and it's a lot harder because your partner, your teammate, is an animal who has his own thoughts and own feelings.
Can you explain saddle seat riding?
Saddle seat riding is a discipline. We do not do jumps. It's very much like stock seat or western. It's how to properly sit on a horse. That is the most efficient and comfortable way to get along with their rhythm and feel what they're doing and getting along with them. So it's not a forward seat like you're taking over jumps. You sit in the middle of it and you sit up straight and you enhance your horse's movements.
We welcome to the winner's circle, Fun Given Show Pleasure, winning entry with all three first place votes. Here's 745.
How long have you been riding?
4
years.
4 years.
What makes horseback riding different from every other sport?
Because you might use your feet or your hands, but in horseback riding, you use reins and a crop.
What is the best part of your lesson?
Learning new things.
Who do you look up to for riding?
Maria.
Why do you look up to Maria?
Because she helps me and she's a good rider.
Good job.
And I have been riding at Knollwood for 22 years.
What makes you keep coming back?
Well, it certainly is the challenge of everything. I love riding. It's so much fun. And it's so much fun having this beautiful animal underneath you and you and he working together. And it's always a challenge, and it keeps my brain active and my body active, and that's what I love.
I'm Heather. I've been riding at Knollwood for 3 years and I'm 11 years old.
What has horseback riding shown you as a person?
I remember when I first became a helper, it was like my goal. I was so excited. It really taught me how to, how to interact with other people, how to talk to them, especially if you don't know them. And so it taught me lots of social skills, and the horses, they can help calm me down, especially if I'm angry at some point in time.
What do you think makes horseback riding different from every other sport?
Well, probably the most annoying thing is people telling me horseback riding isn't a sport. It's definitely a lot more difficult. It's more leg strength. It really helps your social skills, especially when meeting new people, because interacting with these horses and having to speak with your instructor, especially if you've done something wrong.
What is the best part of your lessons?
I think patterns are the best part when I'm taking lessons with Anne and Carol, especially diamonds. I like doing diamonds. I love the challenge and I love the thinking, especially when you're on a horse that won't cooperate. That's my favorite.
Who do you look up to for riding?
I think I actually look up to Abby, and I'm not just saying that because she's interviewing me, but I've seen her ride. She has such great control of her horse, who loves to go really fast a lot. So I love watching her ride, and in the shows I'll always point out her horse. It's absolutely beautiful, and she just works with him so well.
How does the school barn prepare a rider for the show barn?
Well, our library of school horses really helps. Most kids that go to the show barn start in groups, and then they express an interest to go on, so they start in private lessons. So we start working on the academy horses that go to shows with us. We actually go to about 10 academy shows a year where the riders get to compete against riders from other lesson programs. So it gives them a chance to get into the ring and compete on these horses and learn a lot of lessons, ride in a lot of classes. And then they work on harder and harder horses at home, and pretty soon they're ready to step up to a show horse.
When they're worried about or feeling what a horse is doing and they have their balance, have their legs, have the ability to adjust reins, know where they are, have a nice foundation under them, then you can progress up and go to A shows.
I'm Haley Burgett, I'm 14 years old, and I've been riding for 7 years.
Why did you want to start horseback riding, and what made you stay with it?
I started horseback riding because horses were very interesting to me as a kid, and I thought it would be different from everyone else, and I stuck with it because the challenges that every horse brought.
What has horseback riding shown you as a person?
I have a lot of respect for the horses and how they have their own brain, and they all bring challenges to you, and there's just a lot of respect for the animal. I think horseback riding is different from other sports because our horse has their own brain, and we don't know what the horse is going to do when it comes into the arena, so we kind of have to just flow with it. My first time I got on a horse, I was pretty nervous that I was going to fall off because I had no idea what I was doing. But now, after 7 years, I'm pretty excited to get on a horse, and it's just exciting.
My name is Jessica Kuzneski. I'm 16 years old, and I've been riding for 9 years. When I was 7 years old, I received a horseback riding lesson for my birthday, and I stuck with it because after one lesson I fell in love with the sport and I never wanted to stop.
Number 314, champion Freaky Links, our junior exhibitor, 5-gate pleasure winner. And entry of Greg Castle of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I'm Abby Casnoltz. I've been riding for 12 years and I'm 18 years old. As a person, I've learned to be more independent and get my own horse ready, so that has taught me how to do things on my own and really accomplish a goal that I'm trying to achieve.
Who do you look up to for riding?
For riding, I look up to Scott Matten because he's shown me many things in horseback riding and how to control myself with controlling the horse and connecting with the horse. When a rider grows up at Knollwood, can you see how they mature into young adults and in riding and other things?
Absolutely. When they're here, the kids really learn how to work because horses take a lot of work. So they do a lot of chores around here, and then they assume more responsibility as helpers, as some of them become tiny tot instructors, some of them are camp counselors. So you see them really developing a lot of responsibility as well. And it is great to watch them grow up. We have 2 students, former students, that graduated and are on their way to vet school this fall. We have another girl who just graduated from University of Minnesota vet school. So it is really fun to see them grow up and benefit from all they've learned here.
My name is Jamie. I'm 19 years old and I have been riding American Saddlebreds for 9 years. I started horseback riding because my grandfather had done it and he had gotten my mom into it when she was about my age, and we were both brought up into it. I stuck with the sport because not only did it teach me a bunch of lessons while riding, but in life as well, and I like the competition. As a person, horseback riding has shown me that patience is key and you need to be extremely dedicated. Or when you're on a horse versus off of a horse, you learn just as many lessons. The dedication, the hard work, and perseverance are all lessons that help you. I was terrified when I was little to be on a horse, and I wanted to stop right away, versus now I absolutely love it and nothing really scares me anymore. So.
How do you know when you're in sync with your horse?
Well, there is a definite feeling that you have. You are relaxed, your horse is relaxed, and you can just feel a rhythm with them. And you just know it when it's there, you just know it. And it's a beautiful thing.
For all the years you have been training riders, what is your favorite part of the process?
The teaching and watching someone get it and getting them to the point where they can ride a really nice horse and feel the thrill and the excitement that that horse can give you when they're working together. That's what it's all about.